Yes, so today's video from Viet Science and we'll discuss on atomic structure of one very important medicine. And this medicine is talking about today's in a most important measure. Now I'm not talking about this medicine going to cure your body from any kind of virus. This medicine, why I'm talking the structures, because this medicine has a composition in the atom to reduce your virus replication. So if virus try to increase the number in a much way, it will not do that. Like, okay, so suppose, just for example, if 10 virus inside your body, within a few time it will convert into 1 lakh. Okay, because virus productions goes very high fast speed. But this particular composition will prevent your body to reduce those function. Okay, how it happen, I'm telling you, it's basically happening the way, because here is a lot of structure is there, and how those structures, how their molecules acting as a protector to reduce this kind of production, that I'll discuss here. And that is why we need to understand what is the atoms. We need to understand whole atomic chart from the chemical industry. So that's exactly today I'm discussing. The first picture here, you can see that our total structures of our all atoms. Okay, in this atom chart you will find the 7 number of non-metal atoms, and those non-metal atoms are basically present on earth as a gas form, as a gas state, like hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, phosphorus, sulfur and selenium. They are interreacted and reacted with each other and present on earth in the gas. Okay, so we can easily take these things in inhaling our body. But because our bodies only receive oxygen and carbon, so it's not as a atom, so it's reacted with oxygen and we receive as a carbon dioxide or maybe oxygen individually also. But why I'm presenting this particular chart, you need to understand one more things here, that there is a atomic chart. We have a metallic atoms, we have a non-metallic atoms. So now I'm talking about the blue colors are presenting non-metallic atoms, right? Here we have some atoms who are in between metal and non-metal composition, and those called metalloid. And metalloid atoms, one more metalloid atom is here. I'm going to discuss for this particular purpose to explain remdesivir. It's called the boron. The boron is the metalloid atoms. Now why I'm talking about boron for this specifically to describe and explain remdesivir, that you will know here. Okay, and you can see this picture here, and in this picture you will understand that how it's happened. So boron, it's called the polybenzoline, and the branzoline and barogene. Okay, just structure, let's take this structure, you will understand. I think it's how it's called this. Just look on this structure. Okay, so B is holding the 4H, okay, and nitrogen is holding 3H. Nitrogen and boron both are in the same, the 4. Okay, they can hold a 4 because their proton and electrons number is a 4. Okay, so their reaction, so their structures are very strong. and that is why it's called the borogene. In the 100 degrees C it's happening, okay, in the 100 degrees C. So very high temperature, okay, ammonia boron is basically converted into a borongene, and exactly this is a structure. Why I'm talking about this structure will help to convert a particular chemical into a remdesivir. That is a, you understand that. And why talking about boron is a metalloid atom and nitrogen is the non-metal atom, and they have a same number of electron and proton capacity. It is a 4, and that is why they make a very strong bonding, and this bonding help to create remdesivir. Now the borogene was originally discovered by Alfred Stock in the 1926. Okay, and the chemical formula is called the H3B3N3 and H3. So Bn like ring structure, and this structure make a ring. Correct. B to N ratio Bz is usually select to determine 2D non-structured Bn growth. So we need to understand the Bn growth. Okay, so it is basically ring structure, and the structure is very strong. Okay, so here you can see the structure now, right? After that we are here the Bn and oxygen, so OH. What is it talking about the Bn here? In this structure now it is defined, right? So after that I'll go to this particular section, and yes, so and now I'm yes, so here you can see that the Bz, which is called the borogene, is basically structure between the N and B, and both are equal electron and proton they are holding, right? So that is why the ring structure whichever they made by them, it is basically a very strong structure. Okay, and it also ploya minojo bronze and polymeric amino bronze structure also it can give. Okay, polymeric amino bonds is structure you also can get, which will be the more strong with the two borogene structure. So if two borogene structure join together, it's going to polymer borogenic, okay, structure. That's you not to understand it, but this structure is very important for this at the moment. Okay, and after that, if you I talk about boron, I talk about N, right? And I talk about the ring structure which is called a borogene, right? Now here what is about BNO. This boron and nitrogens join as a very strong combine is called the boron nitride. Okay, and this resistance refractory compound of boron and nitrogen with the chemical formula Bn. Okay, it's called the boron nitride. It is a very strong sublimates. Okay, and heat capacity is much more higher. Okay, this make a reaction with O and OH. Okay, so and that we'll discuss now. So now we can discuss this Bn. I talk about what is the Bn. B is basically boron and N is, right? How this B and N together make a boron nitride, and then nitride work reacts with this OH, and it is called the PVT covate Bn. Okay, and that's the molecule through the okay, it is called acetic. Acetic formation, what is acetic formation? Acetic formation is basically ethnic anhydride. So acetic anhydride is basically composition between methane and oxygen. I told that methane has a capacity. Methane is basically act like a venom. Okay, it is have a venom capacity. So methane always protect from your body, so like that. So when this acetic anhydride, okay, reacted, it's basically called as aspirin. Okay, but here you have to remember this acetic anhydride make a reaction with boron nitride and create this boron nitroacidite. AC2O is basically acetic hydride, and this is the individual boron acetic hydrides making this huge and very strong combination, which I define as a B. So it will help to the understand next level. Here now I talk about the methane, I talk about acetic hydride, I talk about their ring structure, and what exactly they made. It is called aspirin, right? And aspirin is sometimes used for many kind of medicine, but when OH join with the O, it is becoming hydroxybenzoic acid. Okay, remember. So this is talk about hydro. This is the OH. So hydrobenzoic is there. Hydrobenzoic, because boron is there. Hydroxybenzonitroic acid. Now this is the benzoic oxide only. So it is become a acetic benzohydride. Is a B. Acidic benzohydride. Okay, to the nitrogen. Okay, 48 hours work. Okay, and that exactly happen here. And then now we heard about benzoic acidic benzotrite. They need to make a hydroxybenzotrite, and this, you know, hydroxybenzoic acid, because it's come from the acetic benzonic anhydride, right? Now here is join Cl and P. What is this talk about? I talk about in this chart before, right? I talk about before chart that what exactly mean of this P and Cl, right? C is the chlorine. Okay, now what is talking about the P? P is talking about phosphorus. I'm talking about why. That is why I told that we need to understand about the non-metallic atoms. Okay, and we here you need to also understand called halogen. Halogens, what is the benefit of halogen? What is the function of halogen? That you need to understand through this chlorine. Chlorine is basically a halogen. Now what is it defined by halogen? That you will understand here, and that I'll discuss. Why is all important to know when we are talking about this particular medicine, remdesivir? Because we need to understand, we need to compare the atomic structure of our present RNA of virus, and we need to understand the composition of all the atomic structure which we are using to prevent this viral infection, reduce viral infection, because ultimately we are basically try to, we cannot kill virus, right? So when you're talking about halogen, halogen is basically in there is no element, halo. So these chlorines are creating this kind of situation, halo situation. That is called halogen. Okay, and these situations we use in the the halogen bulbs. It is basically the particular situation of the atoms. They are into one layer. They are not distributed like air or gas. They are distributed like in particular one series, one line. That is why they comes under halogen. They have one series and they are stably like that. So in this structure you find one halogen, okay, and it's work with the phosphorus non-metals and create this, okay, and this particular composition we consider as A. So just note down this consider, and it's reacted with this earlier NH3 compositions and it will help to define earlier. Now if you look next structure you come, okay, I talk about that nitrite, which is talk about, right, when it is becoming OH is a hydroxy, but now is not O, so it is nitrite composition. Then the nitrite with this earlier composition, okay, NH is making reactions and created, okay, created these compositions which we are looking on that. Now what exactly all these things that I'm telling you, that you'll understand how it's happened. You just have to look the atoms, all that. That you will understand here. Listen, here it is called triphosphate, okay, triphosphate, because it's a P is there, so triphosphate, and here you can see. Now if you look on those picture you understand that minus 78 degrees C, this in everything is happen, okay, the halogen lithium exchange, because this is a chlorine and chlorine is the halogen atoms, and this halogen lithium help to reaction in the bromide. It is called, this is the bromide, BRNO, this is the bromide, and halogen lithium NH2 and with the chlorine, and it comes into this. It is called lithium, halogen lithium. So here we got is a halogen lithium, okay, that's NTMS halogen lithium, okay. Okay, so it is a halogen lithium, right? And so we got halogen lithium, and the minus 70 degrees C it happened work. Okay, so L2 intermediate, and the intermediate B is basically then added to the solution containing the intermediate C drop, right? Now what is C, that I'll tell you now. What is the, we basically got a C, right? So what is exactly talking about C here? C is the basically, you know, B is the basically lactone I talked about earlier, is a lactone, the BC, and then is a, and C is the halogen lithium, okay. Now coming to the, so we know the many structure here, okay. First we know the Ribose derivative, we know the, you know, our boron, and then we know our nitrogen, it is become a boron nitrite. Then what is from boron nitrate concept came, because we need to understand our this structure of ring, how it is strong, and that's because help later to create this remdesivir. But when I'm talking about remdesivir, we need to understand the P and Cl. Cl is the halogen atoms, and it's called the halogen lithiums, which is considered as a C, okay. And B is talking about lactone, okay, and this lactone is basically intermediate comes, okay. So now oxidized dimethyl sulfur oxide and acidic anhydride. Acidic anhydride is a OH, B is AC2O, okay, anhydride, acetic anhydride, ACTO is called the acidic anhydride, and it's give the lactone intermediate B. So when this is the lactone, BNOOH, this structure, ring structures, and then it is the acidic anhydride and come to this, okay. And I earlier told, after that we got from this particular structure, okay, halogen lithium, okay. How is happen, is happen the trimethylmethyl chloride, okay, chloride, and then N butyllithium. Okay, so this is the N butyllithium. The what is exactly got C. Okay, now here after that we got this Bn plus C and added nitrogen in the minus 70 degrees C. It is called the anomers. This anomers is basically the structure of this ring structure that is called anomers, but it is not an anomer something. It is basically the trimethyl silpsidine and dichloromethane. So it is a dichloromethane because we remove chlorine from this particular lithium chlorine and we got this dichloride, and this reaction is giving mixture of anomers, then it's found as a mixture is to give a strong structure that is defined. Okay, and now all this thing will help this structure with the A. Earlier I talked about the A, this A, okay, which called the L-align, okay, and the this is called the phenyl phosphorodichlorate, and that will help the redoximir. Okay, so I think lot of structure names you don't need to understand all these things if you're a normal person. For that I'm just talking about all these things, because as a normal person you need to understand the 5 component, what is a B, O, N and Cl, and how they define the structure, that you need to understand how they're reacting. Okay, so if you are working in a lab, you need to find out, you have to do research on those molecules. Then after all this thing, we got a diastereomorphic mixture of 8 phosphorus. How it happened? We have BCl2, we have K2CO3. Now what is exactly the K talking about? Right? So a benzyl free intermediate was obtained and isomer were then separated via reversed phase HPCl. High performance liquid chromatography. So what exactly HPCl? So through the high performance liquid chromatography, the liquid which you're adding here, all this liquid basically is talk about the HPCl is basically nothing but is a high performance liquid chromatography, is a technique to analytical chemistry used to separate, identify and quantitate each component in the mixture. So we had this mixture, basically it is a mixture of anomer, right? So we have to separate all these molecules from this anomer, when we have to get it now something new mixture on that, right? So from this particular process, HPCl and the A which we had earlier, the structures, okay, of P chlorine and right, I mean the dichloromethane we got, right, dichloromethane DCM. So okay, and formula dichloromethane formula is basically give this a right? So this after DCM dichloromethane formula we got a, and after HPCl which molecule we get with this A we added and got the mixture, and basically this mixture called A. So here we need to understand that if we are talking about remdesivir, we need to understand two things, two process. What exactly is process called? One is DCM and one is HPCl. So if you are in lab, you need to understand this process much, and after that you can create this. With the basic molecule I talk about, the molecules are N, Cl, B and O. Okay, those are the metalloid, halogen and non-metal atoms. So that's exactly what you're talking about. So if we do any research on those specific molecules and those specific processes and those structures, maybe we can rectify our various kind of new kind of composition or new kind of atoms. With this composition, we have to look on our virus structure, we have to define our virus composition, their atom structure compositions, and then we can experience on those things. So we can do a lot of experience. I think this is the basically giving opportunity to know something more about the chemical structure, atomic structure, and their composition in concentration in specific kind of body, and how we can add those compositions to define new kind of medicine. We are not just talking about like, you know, famotidine is a nexadine. Nexadine is a basic feature before famotidine. Then it's becoming more active as a famotidine. So we can do all these things research. So this video is basically for all the scientists in this particular chemical department. Do work hard. Don't give the, you know, lectures just to wash hand, all these things. It is really not main sense when you are in the crisis. You have to focus on your chemical science. You have to understand the structures. We do it. This video will give indication to every single individuals that they can create something better. Okay, they can create something new composition. It is not that we are success or we are failure. Science is never talk about your achievements. Science is always talk about your application, always talk about your failures, because we can, how many failure we have, then we have a learning from that, right? So we not need to focus on our, you know, achievement to get specific medicine which can cure virus infection, but we can store all the structure for the future purpose, because today maybe we are from the one kind of virus. In future it can again mutate due to the, you know, natural change for the, you know, high extreme weather change, and this time it can be preventable, right? So we have to store those medical structure, we have to understand chemical structure, and people who are on this ground, they have to focus very highly on these things. Thank you. And then I'll tell. So today's video is about remdesivir and the atoms which are present in remdesivir and the process DCM and HPCL, that how you defined a normal atomic structure into a very successful medicine structure for specific virus. But it is very honestly, it will not helpful, because I talk about that methane is a venom structure, but we need to find out something more adjust. So I will tell scientists to add magnesium on that, and also add methane on that. Okay, and gallic acid also joined in this particular and I think some new something will come, and that will help. Thank you.